morning.
Hello, welcome to another instalment.
Mother and Father's big adventure. And
Yes.
It is a big adventure. We're having a ball.
We certainly are. So this video is about our travels from Darwin through to the WA border. And we left Darwin with our caravan in tow after being given the all clear by the electrician that it wasn't going to catch fire, which was reassuring. So our first stop after we left Darwin, do you remember where that was, Father?
No. A roadside stop about 10 k's out of town for a coffee.
We went a little bit further than that.
No, where was it? Edith Falls.
Correct. Yeah.
Edith Falls, fantastic. Just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, so the bottom pool was pretty spectacular. There was a really lovely picnic area. There is a campground there, but when you turn off from the highway, we were there really early and the sign already said the campground was full. So we knew that we wouldn't be able to stay there. But the campground and the bottom pool areas got really lovely facilities. So we had some lunch there before we had a very refreshing swim to the waterfall,
Yes.
which Father insisted that we do. Then we got out, packed up our stuff and hiked up to the top pools, which I would say were the most spectacular part of Edith Falls. The pools up there were just amazing.
Yeah,
there was
amazing.
lots of little waterfalls, there was pools. Quite a challenge to get there though.
Once again,
Yeah.
we've got to say a big thank you to these sticks.
Yes.
They're the best things since sliced bread. I've got one and
Yeah.
Mother's got one.
If I didn't have this, I would not have managed all the walks that we've done. Every single walk that we have done has involved rock hopping, scrambling, uneven ground, and this has been an absolute godsend. Together with,
And your bum sliding.
yeah, together with these shoes, which we purchased in Mildura before we left. They're actually aqua shoes, so they've got holes, don't know if you can see, they're pretty disgusting, but holes in the bottom, so you can wear them while you're walking and you can also wear them in the water. So for all of the hiking that we've been doing to all of these waterfalls and pools and swimming areas, we've just put those shoes on at the car and then we've been able to literally walk into the water with them on, and we haven't slipped.
No.
We've felt really safe. We've seen lots of people having slips and a few dings and bings, and we've been very fortunate.
Yeah, and tiptoeing over rocks. Some of those rocks are quite sharp.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Where would we be without these shoes? They're really...
Yeah, so
really
would highly
recommend
recommend them. And while we're talking hiking, also highly recommend that you take yourself one of these on your travels. We were very, very fortunate. Some friends of ours in Mildura, Dennis and Pamela, lent us this device. We just had to pay the subscription for the 12 months for it. But basically this is an emergency beacon, and it's also allows you to check in when you don't have phone service. So we've been able to preset messages on this, and when we get to places where we don't have service, we can just hit the button. It sends a message to our nominated contacts, giving our coordinates, letting them know that we've arrived at our destination safely. But also, if we were unlucky enough to have an accident on one of those hikes or witness an accident on one of those hikes, we could hit the SOS button on this and the emergency services would be activated.
Yeah.
So they're probably our little hot tips, as well as water. Make sure you take plenty of water because it gets really, really hot.
Really hot.
Yeah.
We purchased some camelbacks from one of the stores in Mildura.
Yeah, Aussie Disposals.
Aussie
gave us
Disposals,
those.
and they're really good because you find with the water on the back you don't need to carry a drink bottle, so you've got your hands free.
Your hands
and,
are free, yep.
Yeah, it's been a great help. Plus they're a good size. You can't get too much in them, but you can get a little snack in them.
Yep.
Just salad
And also
roll
our
or something.
bathers or a change of
Yeah, and a
clothes or
towel,
even a
yeah.
waterproof jacket. One of the trips that we did, we put our waterproof jackets in because we were going, I think that was the Sunset Cruise, which is in an upcoming video. We were told that we might get a bit wet, so they're just really handy. And honestly, without that walking stick or hiking stick, I suppose you call it, and a free hand or whatever it is that you need to do to scramble over these rocks, honestly wouldn't have been able to manage it had we had our arms full of gear, carrying phones and towels and everything else. So at one stage, our hiking packs, we had our snorkels and goggles, towels, I don't know what we had strapped. We had so much stuff strapped to them.
Looked like we were going for
even
a
the
week.
noodles. We even had
Yeah,
our
the
noodles
noodles.
strapped to them, and so as we're going along the path, we look quite unusual.
We're
but
going to stay the night up there.
yeah, but at least we felt secure, and as I said, luckily we've come through all of the walks unscathed. But definitely, even if you're able-bodied, I would absolutely recommend something just to grip, because they're not marked paths. There's no handrails. It's, you know, you just follow an arrow on a track, and
or a little blue square, probably 50 mil by 50 mil. They have a little blue square. You've got to find them, and oh, there's the next one. So you go to that one and then look for the next one. There's the next one, and
So after Edith Falls, we made it back to Catherine. So that was once again a refuel, stock up, and then we hit the road. And as we travelled out of Catherine, the scenery really started to change. And as you're getting closer to the WA border, the scenery just changes, and the hills and the land. Yeah, the landscape. That's the word I was looking for. The landscape really changes. So we've put in a little bit of a video of our travels along the road. We stayed just before we got to the WA border, and we met up with some really lovely people and had a really lovely campfire and a chat with them. We've found the trip really, really social. Everywhere you stop, there's people happy to have a chat, talk about what they've been doing, and we're starting to cross over with a lot of people that are coming the reverse way to us. So it's great, as we get to each location, they can let us know what they've been doing and what's been happening. So yeah, it's just an amazing experience, and not getting tired of it. I find time doesn't matter anymore. The time's irrelevant. Once you cross into WA, obviously the clocks go back
2 hours.
Yeah, from our time in Victoria, it is 2 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
And so sunrise is before 6 and sunset's just after 5. So you forget the clock, you just get up when it's light and you go to bed when it's dark. And that pretty much will bring us to the end of this particular video. We've got some other videos that we've been working on that we'll be releasing as we get more internet service. So stay tuned if you're enjoying them. We are continuing to make them, but obviously it gets a little bit challenging without the regular service to be able to post them up on the internet. But if you've got any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. We're having a bit of a down day today and a bit of a catch-up day, so
we're babysitting a dog.
Yeah, so that'll be in an upcoming video.
All right, well that's it for now. Thanks again, as Mudda said, for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye everybody.
See ya.
We'll be right back.